Hello, welcome to a special Roll20 Con edition of Band of Blades on Actual Play. Band of Blades written by co-written by Strash over here. This is, if you see this group and they look like familiar faces, that's because this is a reunion game for all of us. We made it to Skydar Keep and we're coming back for more. This is a very special event. Roll20 is putting on this entire con in support of Code 2040, which is a charity that supports Black and Latinx folks getting into the tech industry and specifically getting into leadership in the tech industry, which is very, very needed. And they're doing really great work. So please, folks, if you're watching this and you're having a good time, consider clicking on the Tiltify link, which I'm going to put in chat right now, and supporting us. You can see where we're at down at the bottom, how well we've done. Every dollar you donate, Roll20 is going to match up to 50K. So let's make Roll20 spend that money to do more good. Anyway, I'm Sean. I use he him pronouns. I'm super excited. I'm playing a medic because Jen showed me how OP medics were last game, and I'm thrilled to dive back into Band of Blades. How about you, Jay?
Jen or Jay?
Jay.
Oh, sorry. I heard Jen.
No problem.
Okay.
No problem.
I'm Jay. I'm playing the officer. It's good to be back in the Band of Blades band, so I'm excited to get in here and I'm playing I said that already. I'm playing the officer, so I'm not the heavy this time. So this will be a little bit weird.
I don't think we actually have it heavy this time, which makes me a little nervous. Go.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm Jen. I she her pronouns. I am playing the scout, Panyar Scout, which is not like the medic that I played in the last game. The last game was super duper fun, and I'm excited to play tonight. Misha.
Hi, I'm Misha B. She her. I am playing the sniper, cause we're gonna do that thing that we do so well. In real life I am horrible at things, requiring coordination, so this is gonna be interesting.
We're role playing games before.
Exactly.
Live the dream.
How about you, Strash?
Hey, I'm Strash, he, him. I'm one of the regular streamers here. You can find me on Twitter at StrashA. I'm one of the people that wrote this game, so hopefully if you enjoy, you can check it out on Evil Hat's website. And of course, actually, if I can ask one thing, please donate to the cause more than picking up RPGs necessarily. But let's get right to it. So when I was asked to do this, Sean was like, "What do you want to run?" I'm like, if we're running a one shot, we should probably just do like an intermission and whatnot. But online, I've actually run the other two intermissions. The last time we did this run on the actual play channel, we did Zora, so this time we're going to be doing the intermission for the Horn one, because I think it's the only one that I haven't actually run online. There's no record of, so it's one that maybe we can give a go and see how it goes. How's everyone feeling? You folks ready to get cracking at the mission here?
Yeah, I know there's some black shot missing.
There is.
I'm ready to go get it.
So I haven't actually run this game in a very long time. Thank you, COVID. Because I'm not going to cons because what happened to cons. So I'm gonna actually like run it straight out of the book. So if you actually see me referencing stuff more than usual, this is the whys. All right, so let's talk about the Horn 1 mission. With the crafting of Blackshot, the undead armies have been at a standstill in the Western Kingdoms, too well entrenched to attack directly and held at bay by smaller but better equipped forces. That changed at the Battle of Ultramark Fields. Now the Legion has been shattered, and the Cinder King's troops march east, bolstered with heretofore unseen horrors to fight humanity. Critical supplies of Blackshot were left behind the lines as the retreat was organized. Now, those caravans have been overrun by undead. If you are to have a fighting chance, you need that shot. The Legion made it over Hoselbrook Bridge some miles to the south. Your mission is to assault and reclaim several carts of Blackshot. Without these supplies, you'll be unable to restock or hold out against the undead for long. Attack the convoy, liberate the supplies, and then make your way east and attempt to ford the Tigeria River. Can you reclaim the Blackshot? How will you ford the river with crates of bullets? How will you deal with the undead camp and the horrors within? We play to find out. So I prepared like a little questionnaire here. The first question that I have for this group is, who's in charge of this mission?
I think we know the answer. We have an officer here.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry, I forgot. I don't have to ask whoever the marshal will be. We clearly have an officer's in charge. Jay, we're gonna have a little discussion here. So,
Are we? I don't want to talk.
no. It's fine. It's fine. I promise it's fine. It's not fine, but it'll be fine. When the mission was given into your care, the quartermaster, whoever that may be, also entrusted your unit with some horses. So you folks have actually stayed behind. I'm going to actually, Sean, I think you're the one that's controlling all of our Roll20 stuff. So if you can switch over to the Ultramark map here, please.
Absolutely.
So if you imagine that this little token with the raven represents the Legion has actually moved across the bridge and forded the Taijira River, which we can see here. So we can zoom in just a little bit. Let me try to move some stuff around. There we go. The line that you see here that's purple actually represents the route that you believe that the wagons with the black shot are going to take. Now, these wagons were originally part of your army. They were just like supply carts and stuff. They had these containers within them. And when the army was routed and retreated, they were just left behind. So you are actually looking at some of the most optimal and best routes. You've been given some horses. You've been left behind. The majority of the army forded and crossed the river already at Hoselbrook Bridge, but you folks are actually on the enemy shore. So you know that cover is probably not coming. The Legion isn't going to send anyone to rescue you. You're kind of on your own in enemy territory. It is dark. It's been raining. Lightning punctuates the sky more often than you usually see in storms. And you are all kind of looking to the officer who gets to make this call to make a decision. There are 3 probable points where you can strike at the enemy convoy. The first one is if you ride really, really hard, you can catch them in the open. The advantage of that is that they have no place to hide. You can kind of come in, try to do like a ride-in, snatch, bolt kind of thing, but there's probably going to be an extensive chase. Horses are probably going to give you the advantage in a chase. Most of the undead don't ride a thing, so like it's unlikely that they're going to have like the mobility that you would in that case. The downside of this particular position is that they're going to see you coming. There's nowhere to hide in the plains. They're going to see you coming, so you're going to be taking pretty heavy fire coming in. You're going to be taking pretty heavy fire going out. The second position there is actually in a set of rolling hills. Now, the reason that position is good is even though this is the widest part of the river, there are actually stones and rapids here in a way that allows you to ford the river without necessarily having to float everything across. So this is probably not the most advantageous position. There is some cover from a couple of rolling hills and things like that, but it is probably the easiest point of egress back towards your camp. The last position is actually a pretty good ambush position. It's a canyon. The good news is that this will give you like control of the high ground. The bad news is that your units, any units that actually go down to grab the supplies, are going to be split from the people above, and actually going from the top to the bottom is pretty complicated. Like that's not the easiest thing in the world. Maybe somebody will bring we'll be able to tinker together a solution or something like that. We can talk about that as we play, obviously. But it is a advantageous situation for firing from above. It is a very disadvantageous situation for actually like charging in and engaging. So officer, feel free to consult with your fellow soldiers here. But let me know which position you want to actually attack in.
Absolutely. So after consulting with everyone, I think we're going with the rolling hills.
I actually love the consultation there.
There we go.
Such collaboration, sir. I am so impressed.
Amazing. I love it. I love everything about it. All right, let me flip over here for 1 second. I'm gonna just freehand in a couple of things. I didn't actually I planned a couple of things everywhere, but I didn't necessarily plan too much I didn't actually prep a lot of map work, so you're gonna see some very, very sketchy Roll20 art happening here on the fly. I want everybody to bear with me. It is totally, it is not necessarily the best work. It's not gonna be super shiny here. Let me put a couple of trees down so that we can have some pine trees here. All
Very
right.
nice. Are you still on the
No, actually, I
the
switched over. Went over. You'll see it. I'm sketching it as fast as I can here. Look at these pine trees, so gorgeous, so art. They're not.
Oh, lovely. There we go. Very nice.
All right, cool. So now I can just grab.
If everyone else wants to take a look, if you go to your page toolbar and go to the final one, it's called Untitled. You'll see.
Aw, that's
Josh's-
lovely.
Josh's little trees.
Happy little
And
trees.
these cards.
Yeah, that's exactly.
It's a
what
very
they-
happy undead that are all.
Oh yeah.
Happy little undead. Wait,
Oh,
what?
Let's see if I can snag these. All right, so things I want you to imagine if you can. Maybe I'll just grab one tree and roll with that. That might. Just all right. This poor tree is gonna get replicated a couple of times. Nope, maybe
It's a good
not.
tree.
All right, so what I want you to imagine is this is a it is a dark and stormy night because it's always a dark and stormy night. And the undead have actually been traveling for some time. Now, as I mentioned, normal animals are not super mega keen on undead, so like horses don't particularly enjoy getting to smell undead and stuff like that. So the undead themselves can't actually ride animals and pull these carts very efficiently. So brace for horror. There's actually packs of undead with ropes and like hooks inset into them that have been pulling these carts, and they're currently trying to clear a path. There is a hill up which the road goes, but the road, even though it's an old Empire road, which means that the stones were inset ages ago, and it's actually held steady over the centuries. It sometimes vanishes in parts, just land overgrows it, or sometimes some of the stones get removed, or they fall out, or they break, or whatnot. And there's a particular section of a mountainside in this case that has actually kind of slid down. There's a mudslide, right? Like the rains have swollen the river a bunch, and the mudslide has actually covered some of the road enough that they cannot actually pull the carts easily. So there's actually a pack of these undead, and it looks like actually a perfectly normal human overseer that is commanding them and telling them to do stuff. Like this is an individual. They have a hat. They have like a scarf. They look like an Aldermani villager of some sort, and they're holding a lantern, and they seem to be commanding the undead. And for some reason, the undead are actually listening. And what they're doing is like the undead are actually moving the mud aside. Now, I wanna point out that the default position for this is risky. This is where I'm going to ask you what your load is and to set your load and equipment. And also, you are close enough that you can see these folks, but not in any detail. If you want to catch any more details or answer any questions, this is probably the time where we're going to have to actually shift to mechanics and make some scout rolls. But let's set load and equipment first.
We would know what we were going up against when we not the specifics, but we'd know the general parameter of the mission. So I think we'd have the opportunity to talk about this first. I think Chiara would suggest that nobody goes heavy because we need to be able to move fast, and this is a get the stuff and get out. She says this knowing that she is not in charge of the mission, and she doesn't care because her older brother is in charge of the mission, and she's saying it anyway.
Yeah.
That cool with you, Jay?
No, that's perfectly cool because I think Murillo, after you're done, pretty much adds, so like I said, and then repeats everything you just said.
Very nice. What are we thinking in terms of utility load? We don't need climbing kits necessarily because we're not going into
Right.
we're not going into going down the canyon. What are folks feeling? I think lantern oil might be useful if we have to set something on fire.
Yeah,
Cause a distraction that way.
fire is always good, in my opinion.
I'm gonna take books and scrolls because it's useful to know things. So I've got oil and books and scrolls.
What's all in supplies?
Oh, thanks for asking, Jay. If you go over to the handouts in the far right, you can click on gear. It has not only all the gear, but also if you scroll down, it's got it written out in text as well.
Nice.
Oh, thank goodness, because that is so tiny, and I give.
Dry food packed for travel, not really appetizing unless it's cooked. One use feeds a legionnaire for a day. Hope a rookie packed a cooking kit. Which squad are we with?
Well, considering that the fate of the Legion rests on this, you only get the best. It's the Shattered Lions.
The Shattered Lions. What do you mean the best? It's the Grinning Ravens.
Hey!
That was last campaign.
No, I know. Yeah, Shadow Lions. I love it.
I forgot what the combined team was.
Oh yeah, the Grinning Lions, the Shadow Ravens.
I think it was the Grinning Lions.
Yeah, I think so. And one of us can play one of them if any of our characters are taken out. There's 5 rookies we can play.
Oh,
Nice.
Conveniently.
Yeah. I think. I also, just folks would know, I also have my bandolier filled with alchemicals because I have the chemist ability.
oh, that's good.
Yeah.
For a one shot, that's extra good.
Totally good.
Totally good. Yeah. Also, oil, deep, chem bomb, rage venom. It's a good, big old bag of goodies.
Can I take Black Shot? Is that
Yeah.
a thing I can take?
It takes 2 slots because Black Shot. So it's not based on how heavy something is; it's based on how rare it is, right? Because when you're setting equipment, it's based on what the Quartermaster has. So yeah, it does take 2 slots, but you definitely get. You can pick it up.
You are our scout, right? I think you get black shot arrows, but
Oh, I do.
It comes with default. But if you bring black shot, that's the kind of thing that you can like toss to a rookie or a federal soldier and be like, here, because like not everyone's gonna have it, right? They didn't have it to give it to you because, well, that's why you're on this mission. So
yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna take that.
Nice.
I'm going to take my fine long rifle because I can.
Because I can.
And then I will take an extra pistol and ammo as well.
Excellent. Misha, did you pick a special ability for Alika?
I
See anything picked?
Oh, hey, look at that. Nope, looks like no. I will take sharpshooter.
Nice. It's a good one, especially if we need to suppress the enemy.
Yep.
I'm definitely taking the fine pistol.
Nice.
I've got the compass and maps.
Oh yeah. You're going normal load?
Normal load, yes.
Yeah. Misha, I'm gonna uncheck your black shot dots because those are you mark them off as you use them.
Got it.
So like you have the 3 and you can
Cool.
move them. Yeah, fine pistol.
Unless there's a better idea, I will probably grab a shield out of utility.
Sounds good. I'll note that lenses is only available to you in general.
Is that right?
Lenses are kind of a
shield's
special.
probably smart though.
Yeah, shield's not bad. You might get banged up.
There's no heavy to put their body in front of you and act as shield. This may save lives.
Yep.
There's a whole lot of enemies on the ground. I'll just say that much.
Yeah.
All right, we ready?
I think so.
I believe so.
Cool. So yeah,
do
you
it.
folks are kind of in place. Let me know what the plan is here, friends.
Death from above.
We really need to assault them so much as just get our stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
assaulting is not the plan. You do not need to kill every single undead on the field. You definitely need to get the 3 crates and get them across the river. That is your objective.
If we're catching them in the rolling hills, right?
Yeah, they're in the rolling hills. The river's actually behind you. They're like I said, they're trying to go up a hill, and they're mostly like they're busy, right? Like some of the wagons are like actually pulled a little bit to the sides of the road, and like they're standing. Like some of the undead units are just standing there, kind of actually not even moving in the rain. Like it's storming, it's thundering, it's raining, but they're just like standing perfectly still. But yeah, there's like one unit that was like unhitched that they're using to actually try and dig the road clear. You're guessing that they're going to be done in like less than 15 minutes because these undead are pretty efficient.
Hear me out. There seems to be, as she's looking right at the officer, there seems to be a human there calling the shots. I don't know why they're listening to him or how to listen to them, but like if we could, I don't know, threaten this human with things that would be very undesirable such that he would work with us, or if we could impersonate him or her in some way.
Or we can shoot her in the head.
No, but they're listening to her or him or them. I'm not sure. My point is, if we could impersonate them, we could just tell them to carry on and leave the buckshot. They don't care about the carts. They're just undead, right? I think. I don't know. I'm pretty sure. Sneak in.
Or we can just shoot it in the head.
There's a lot to shoot in the head.
I'm for shooting it in the head.
I mean, if it's dead, it can't talk. If it can't talk, it can't control. If it can't control, maybe they just go away anyway.
Okay.
There seems to be a human on each of the 2 other carts. So whoever this one is probably actually from the lead cart.
I think it's unanimous. I think we shoot it in the head.
All right.
Always killing our way through things instead of thinking our way through them. Fine. This will go fine.
You could have stayed home. You didn't have to come out here.
Someone had to keep you alive.
Are the 2 of you related?
Yes, we are.
Yeah,
I heard the chat right before game. I'm not sure chat heard the chat before game.
Yes.
That's why I'm asking the question.
Should we introduce our characters? Do we want?
Yeah, you should describe your characters and have a sentence or 2 about them.
Yeah. I'm playing Graf Chiara Garossi. She is, oops, that's my brother, Murillo. She is an ore alchemist by trade. She has become a medic in the Legion out of necessity. It's where she could do her best, but she is very mechanically minded. She likes to think her way through problems. She has a whole chemist's gear, a bandolier of chemist gear, and perhaps some of her own contraptions. She's got a couple dots in rig, as she is inclined to build and fix ways out of things rather than kill ways out of things. And she also second guesses her older brother all the time, which I'm sure is no end of fun for him and for the others. Let's see. Yeah, she's a medic who does not have the mark of the healing god. I.e., she has not claimed to never take a human life. So this whole "can we just kill the human" she is not objecting to out of like, no, don't kill humans. She's objecting to out of like, but could we use them? Yeah, that is, and she has the chemist special ability, thus giving me the bandolier. Nisha, you want to tell us about your sniper?
Sure. I am sniper Alika I can say this. Zayevna. Hey, I said it properly. Hey, where you go?
Job.
She is a sharpshooter from. Wow. I am so good at talking today.
You're from Zemia. You must
Yeah.
be Zemyati with that name.
I am totally a Zemyati. My brain's
Sorry.
not working. Yeah, no worries.
We haven't played this in over a year. It takes a little
been
while.
a little while.
Get all the engines working.
Yeah. She while shooting her way through a problem is not her only toolkit. It's her best toolkit because sniper, and if you could do so from far away and undercover, so much the better. Why get up close when you don't have to? How about you, Jin?
I am playing Blue Shifting Wind, the Panyar Scout. My special move that I picked is Infiltrator, so I'm thinking that I spend a lot of time in shadows, maybe on rooftops, and the wind part of my name sort of denotes that I have been away from Panyar for about a year or more. So I think I've been with the Legion that time. But yeah.
So Blue Shifting, let me ask, what's your animal trait? Because all Panyar come with an animal trait.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the animal trait. That's like an actual sort of manifestation of the animal.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, I have a tail.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I can dig it. Does it have a particular coloration? Is it like an ox tail or a tiger tail or a wolf tail?
Oh, it's a tiger tail.
Okay, I can dig it.
Comes in handy when I fall.
Dig it. And how about our officer?
I am Officer Graf Murillo Grosso.
Oh, okay.
He is a... Yes, I am all right. Yes. So is my sister, unfortunately. I'm a noble and connected. I think before the Legion, I talked my way out of a lot of things. I think he's a gambler, or charismatic. He liked living the noble, all right life. I think he lost a gamble, a card game or something, and the stakes were, you got to go to the Legion.
You got recruited through a card game? That's amazing.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. Yeah, I think he's in here because he lost the card game. Go ahead.
Just the one question I had was nobility in Or is very flexible, right? Like I've seen somebody be the Baron of like cakes, and they had like a elite bakery of. So like I'm curious, like Graph, like a count. Like how big was your land? Because you can be like a count of something huge, or you could be the count of something like small, like a couple city block sized, if you want.
Right.
Which sort of like end of the scale did you land on?
I think it's something sizable. I think it's I think it's something sizable. Maybe not the largest, but I think it's noteworthy.
Can I ask what your lands are best known for? Did you have like cool mines or sweet apple orchards that they made brandy from? Like what was
I think I'm feeling coffee beans.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We had a coffee farm.
All right.
Probably a pretty big one. Maybe we did different roasts or something, but yeah, I think it's coffee beans.
All right.
That coffee wealth is what funded both my education and my laboratory, right? Like my ability to have all of these alchemical items.
Yes.
Because back in the day, we had resources.
All right, cool. So now we know a little bit about our squad. What's the plan? Is someone sneaking in, or you're all charging in with speed? What's the call here?
No, I think the key is taking out that human we saw.
Okay. So just like a sniper shot.
Right.
So bear in mind, I'm just gonna repeat this one more time. Each of the carts had like a human on it. The frontmost cart is obviously the one that the human got off of and walked forward. So it's not just like a single human you see. It's just that's the one that's controlling their like road construction / access, whatever.
Right. And my intent is, if we start at the front and make a commotion at the front, maybe we can draft some of the other folks to the front so we have less trouble grabbing carts off the back.
Sounds good. Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
All right, shoot.
Yeah, sniper. You gonna take the shot?
I'm gonna take the shot.
All right. Let's take a look at the shot.
So we're risky position, right? We know that.
Yep.
We're definitely risky because Chiara will remind her officer that there are 2 more humans that could just send the undead after us. I'm sure there's other reasons too, but
all right. So do me a favor. Do all of you have little tokens for your specialists? I can just drag them from the little or Sean, you can do it. If you want,
I can do it
because I remember you're the GM too.
Let's see if that worked.
At least in roll 20. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that!
Yeah.
So pretty.
I'll shrink it just a tiny bit so we can.
Yeah, you can shrink it down to the normal size.
There you go. Put you with the unit. Keep dropping them in, Sean. I'll just keep resizing once you're good.
Yep, I need to assign them to the. Oh, how fancy are we?
We're pretty fancy.
Super fancy.
I like it.
Yeah, Sean actually has tokens and all sorts of stuff in this this module. The first time I saw it, I was like, "Whoa!" So
yeah, it was fun to make this. It was a lot. There's a lot in here. If anyone's seeing this and is like, "Oh man, this looks cool. I want that," you can have it. All right, there we go.
All right, there we go. I got you all set up. Cool. So go ahead and just place yourself. Are you among the trees there, sniper? Or are you taking the shot from up here, and then where's everyone else? Because remember, you have a squad of 5 with you, right? And they're ready for action. They might only be rookies, but they're psyched. They're the best rookies the Legion's got.
Is there any way that I could have observed and tried to get intel on them before this, or are we just?
Nah, you got to get closer, right? Because this shot's actually significant. I mean, it's raining. There's lightning. There's thunder. It's tough to see, right? You got to get in close if you wanna see stuff. So and that's where the risk comes in. I kind of talk to you folks before things get really bad, because I didn't want to be well, you're trying to sneak up on them when things go wrong, which technically is the correct way. I was being kind. We haven't played in a while. As I said, even my engines take a bit to kick in. Let's do it.
I think she's routed her way up a tree.
Okay.
Got herself, settled in, braced it really good. Somewhere she's in the middle of the pack as opposed to coming at him from the front or the rear, so she can get a sight on all 3 of the drivers if need be, but she's got the aim on the lead guy right now.
And the front of the caravan there is to the right, yes?
Yeah, they're heading to the right. I realize that I don't even know if my image is mirrored or how it is going on stream, but yeah, they're headed to the right of the map. That is an easy way to describe it. Oops. Yeah.
Sorry,
Misha,
I'm moving the wrong folks.
Do you have Blackshot? And if not, do you want some?
I do have Blackshot.
Okay, great. Does anybody else want Blackshot? I guess is the question.
I think Misha comes with Blackshot actually. The sniper
Blackshot,
always gets Blackshot.
Yeah.
You can bring more, but yeah.
I mean, if our officer is going to take place in this massacre, in this shootout,
yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Although you don't want to use Blackshot against the humans, right? Blackshot is actually a softer.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that.
It's not great ammunition. The sniper comes with both ammo and Blackshot. Yeah. But if you're taking out the human target, Blackshot will not help you.
Squishy human.
Luckily, regular old bullets do just fine against humans.
It's true facts.
Nice.
Are you trying to move yourself away from me, brother? No. Move away. No. I see you sneaking off there behind some trees.
I did. I'm like, oh, she's got the front. I will move over here and I'll look at the back.
Fine. I'll take care of the front with blue shifting wind. We'll hold down the front. There you go. We got this. I'm not sneaking in there. Blue is way better at that than I am.
All right. So risky effect is standard.
Yeah. If you land a shot, it's just gonna die. I mean, you're gonna put a sniper bullet through a person that isn't seeing you coming. There isn't a whole lot of.
And they're standing still, more or less.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got this. Do you want any assists or anything like that, Misha? You want us to help
I was
out?
trying to decide. I can push myself to make a ranged attack. Yeah, this is an extreme distance, right?
No, it's fine.
Right.
You don't need to shoot that far.
But if your officer is worth their medal, is worth their weight, they might assist you here. They might call your shot or something like that.
It's fine. It's fine, Misha. You got this. I believe in you.
Oh, that's ouch. Such
Ouch!
trash
I know. I
talk.
felt that.
I know. I mean, I thought I was cruel to my siblings.
Oh, hey. Doesn't look good.
Yeah,
Right.
I do not, in fact, have it. I forgot exactly how much dice rollers hate me until.
Oh.
So I think okay. I think the shot rings out. And I actually think it lands, right? Like, I know in like a 2-1 it generally means like, no, the shot doesn't land. But there's like tons of undead here. I know I only posted like 5 little things, but there's about like a dozen in a clump, sometimes slightly more, which is what the front clump had. It's a lot of undead per pack, right? Like the Legion is currently outnumbered something like, I want to say 6-1. It's a lot. So I think the shot rings out, and the human like just crumples, right? Like they take the shot, and they like look down, and they fall over, and the undead all like immediately like rotate and look around with ferocity, and there's a figure that steps out of one of the carts, and it looks like a woman. It looks like a woman that's dressed in rags. Like she hasn't updated her wardrobe in a couple of days, and she's been hanging out with a couple of days, more like weeks, maybe even a month. And she's been hanging around with undead and mud and rain and all sorts of badness, right? Like, and as this woman like steps out, like a lot of the undead move to kind of like give her cover and position. So all of you, if you want to be acting as this is happening, it's fine. I'm just going to describe this cinematically for a quick second, right? But I think what she does is she just like holds up her hand, and there is a lightning strike that like arcs down and into her arm. And usually this will like launch someone or fry them or destroy the ground underneath them. But her hand just sizzles, and then she just does like this, and it arcs back up into the sky. And as it hits the clouds, there is that flashes of thunder inside the clouds, and you hear a shriek as something large and winged moves in front of that light. And that's when the clouds themselves rip apart as a giant white winged monstrosity starts descending sort of on your position. You've had about 30 seconds. What are you folks doing? You are now in a desperate position.
I was going to say, like, oh, woman with lightning bolt calling powers. That's really scary.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
I'm like
wait.
reloading rapidly.
Big winged creature.
Whoa!
I think that's even scarier.
It's huge. That wingspan goes easily over 20 feet. It looks like once upon a time it was this gorgeous winged feathered bat / bird thing. Those of you that are familiar with Barton religion know that it is a holy animal to once upon a time there was a deity that was a goddess of storms and lightning. Now she is called Stormbreaker. Her chosen has been broken, obviously. And yeah, this is one of her sacred beasts, tormented and corrupted. But this thing easily weighs over a ton, and it is hurtling down out of the sky on massive wings, like lightning shaking off of it like rain off a duck. Yeah, what are you folks doing?
Love it.
We've got to grab all 3 carts.
You actually don't need the carts whatsoever. There are very specific. You were given orders, and they showed you what a crate of black shot looks like, right? So it's like packed with straw. It's wrapped in like oilcloth so that it's like waterproofed a little bit, and it's got particular stamps on it, like alchemical symbols that tell you that this is a crate of black shot. Now these carts had other stuff.
Gotcha.
They had maps, they had munitions, they had other supplies, but you don't need to drag back 20 pike for the Legion because they don't need partisans or halberds or don't make me name 20 different types of polearms and bohemian ear spoons. Yeah, right. So there's there's a lot of stuff in those carts. You don't care about any of it. The only thing you care about is that black shot. Anything extra you get, great. You want to take the carts apart for parts to float stuff across, great. But those boxes are your target. That's what you want.
Gotcha.
So, Josh, you said this is a holy animal, or was a holy animal.
Once upon a time, a long time ago, yeah.
So knowledgeable people who are wise in the way of research might
or
know
educated.
something about it, or educated might know something about it.
Yeah.
Could I make a research roll to find out what how we might draw this thing off? I'm thinking we have horses. One of us could ride out and try and draw it away from the fire, but I don't want to necessarily suggest this if that's no, it's just gonna obey her command. So I would love to.
Yeah, you wanna make a research roll?
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna tell you that this is a risky roll. And the risk is that while you're trying to remember stuff, everybody else is moving. So you might be out of position, not able to assess, that kind of stuff.
Cool. I think this is a bit of a stretch, but as long as you're okay with sort of cinematic timing, you said we have about 30 seconds. I think I'm flipping open, some book that I have from our library at home. And I'm like, hold on, I've seen creatures like this before. And trying to
What are you doing? Stop!
It's actually a named creature. So it's very possible that this is true. I'm okay with that. Go for it, John.
I'm using my books and scrolls.
Yeah. And they're getting wet. This is very sad days.
They're getting wet
for any librarian.
But it's totally also like exactly why I would get separated, right? It's because I'm stopping to do this.
Yeah, I agree. Let's do it.
All right. I don't suppose anyone wants to assist me. I don't think that would necessarily.
I'm up in a tree trying to shoot things.
I was going to say, I can assist you in that I'm in between you and physical danger.
Mm-hmm. Are you giving me more time to look through the book by warding it off?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, Jen, I'm just gonna say this so that you're clear as well.
Oh, I know exactly.
This might mean you're also not gonna be part. Okay.
Correct.
As long as we're clear on that.
Cool. Standard. What effects, Josh?
Oh, standard. I'll give you some good answers about this thing.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Hey.
Thinking your problem. Thinking you had a problem instead of shooting your way out of problems, brother.
Sean, on a crit, you get everything. Maybe I'll even give you an edge. Maybe we'll use this as a setup. What do you want to know? Like, ask me questions. I will tell you anything you want.
Yeah, I mean, okay. So my perfect thing would be like, how could I get this thing to turn on the other troops? Like, how could I like confuse it, anger it? If I rode my horse over, or one of us rode our horse over and like abducted the woman who called the lightning, or if we ran into the undead, or if we did something like that, could we get them to attack the undead? And short of that, how could I just draw it away? I don't want to kill this thing. But
so I'm gonna tell you a bunch of stuff, and then you can use it. And if you have questions, we can roll with it.
Sounds good.
In particular that if anybody has like a reliquary. If you have bones, particularly of a chosen of Kara Anima, who's like the name of said Barton goddess before her current chosen became Breaker, that is a thing that it'll be able to detect at distance. It's unlikely to attack the enemy in any fashion, right? Because like undead, they've got this mechanized kind of control going over stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody had a token like that, they could lead it such that its flight would hurtle into something. It's not that it would attack people, it's that they would get mauled because it moves at velocity, right?
Yeah.
And this thing in particular, like this thing is named, it like of all the serpents, this is the greatest one. This is the equivalent of like the chosen steed of the goddess, right? Mm-hmm. Like it's the special one, right? Like and Legion knows about this thing. Silver. That's why the white feathers and everything. Yeah.
The chosen steed of the goddess, Silver.
Yeah, chosen steed of the goddess. So yeah, reliquaries will work. It also like you think that moving light will definitely attract its attention. In particular, if you have anything that's silver, it'll detect that at great distances. Like there are like some like notes on these particular animals. They are good at seeing things in motion, even at great distances. But like they'll be attracted to like shine or light more so than other things.
Mhm.
It's not the book is not written as a tactical book. It's more like some in our world we would call it some like 1950s brown and yellow British library study with sketches and naturalist notes or whatever. But yeah, like that's the kind of text that you have. You know exactly what this thing is, in particular this one, and you know that yeah, it's got great eyesight, sees a great distance, can detect holy reliquaries, particularly if it's of their goddess, which any one of you that has a reliquary could just claim that there's like a finger bone from this goddess. It's fine. I'm not gonna check.
Sean, I have fine reliquaries, so.
Oh
BT
my
dubs.
god, I love it.
Nice.
And we're together. I'm like,
I think you stay behind.
And I have a fine bow and arrow, so I can just shoot one of those off right into those undead.
Oh, that would be so cool. Yeah, I think if you stayed behind as the thing, you know, stay behind with me, I'm like, shit, you know, I'm like looking through all my stuff. I'm like, I need a reliquary. Shit, I got
Run my reliquary.
I'm just like, here, you need this.
Yeah.
It's for the goddess. Like, I'll say who it is, and I feel like it just happens to be the correct one.
Blue shifting wind. You were meant to be on this mission. We were meant to be on this together. We need to get that in front of its face and then out of the way. And then she sort of looks and she's like, no, we need to get that right next to her. And I like point at the woman who called down the lightning. It'll chase it, but you know, we're gonna have to distract it. So I love the idea of you shooting in there. For what it's worth, I am also totally willing to get on our horses and ride in to drop.
Yeah, trailing it like a lantern glowing.
Exactly.
As this thing is like zooming in.
I got 2 dots in maneuver. I'm down.
Yeah.
I also have 2 dots in maneuver. Why don't we do that?
We could group, but yeah.
All right, cool. Before we do that, let me switch over. Sniper, you see your life flash before your eyes because you see this thing coming for you, and you're scrambling to get down out of the tree. And you're
I'm scrambling to reload.
Oh yeah. You've got the shot in, right? Like you've got the new shot in, and you see this thing like rotate target. So you had the idea that it was going to just like hit your tree and you, and that was going to be the end of you because it was going to hit at some ridiculous velocity. And then it starts shifting, right? Like it's drifting to the right, and you realize that it's going to track something else. What is your plan here?
I'm gonna see if I can hit the witchy woman that just like called it down in the first place.
Yeah, there's no chance of that. She's surrounded by about 18 undead. It's like it's one of those like classic movie moments where you put your crosshairs down there. You flubbed your first roll. I'm sorry. The opportunity's not there, right? So like you put your crosshairs and it's just like they're moving like in front of other people and behind the cart, and it's not lining up for you. Yet like you need a little help. Someone's got to set that up for you, right? Like they got to lure her out. She's just not in your line.
Then can I take out the driver of the third cart?
Absolutely. You wanna roll on the shoot there?
Yeah.
All right, you cue that up. Let me rotate to Jay. Jay, what's the plan? Like you see this lightning go up into the sky, but you can already like be giving orders and prepping troops. What's the plan?
Right, I whistle to the lions and I tell them it's overtime. Let's go get some shot.
All right.
And we make our way to that third cart.
Are you planning on riding down on horses? Are you planning on just like getting into a formation and trying to punch through? What's the plan?
I think it's knowing that that next shot is going to the driver of that third cart. I think we're looking to punch through. I wanna search that third cart to see if there's shot. I'm gambling that there's shot there.
All right,
and then
awesome.
we get out of here.
How do you want to do this? Do you want to like marshal the troops to just like march forward and fight off some undead? Are you trying to like just like skirmish to like try and engage in melee? Like what skill or what action are you trying to use here?
Woo.
Or at this
I
rate,
think. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say you have gaming this a little bit. One of your best skills is maneuver.
Yeah, it
You
is
can
maneuver.
Try and not so much to assault the lines as just like have them push people back so you can run in and get in the back and look for the black shot.
Right.
Just try and make a dash for it.
Right.
And get yourself in position to grab the shot and just have them fend. Have the lead them in a group maneuver.
Right.
To get there.
All right. Awesome. Cool. So let's talk about. Did you take lead from the front? Is that your thing?
Yes, I
Mark.
did.
So here's the thing.
Nice.
There are I want to say there is a pack of these like ghouls that's going to be in the way, and the thing is that usually 5 rookies can take on roughly 5 of these undead, right? So like on a scale factor of like 12 to 15, they're basically the equivalent of like 2 to 3 units. So like you're going to be outnumbered roughly 3 to 1. But because you're threat 2, and you're leading them, and their scale is basically 1 larger, you folks can kind of hold your own. So I'm going to say that this is standard effect.
Okay.
Usually I would say like limited or something a little bit less, but I think standard effect is you can get to the cart and take up some sort of position where like a couple of people have shields up, and there's like at least like 1 person with a rifle, because rifle standard loadout for rookies to do that thing.
Nice.
So let's see your roll, Jay, and then we'll ask Misha how good her shot is before things engage here.
Gotcha. I will push to help myself.
Okay.
And if I remember, I just mark a stress for that.
2.
2 stresses for that.
Push is 2. Yeah.
Okay,
Single stress is assist, or if I think what you're remembering is Sean used to have backup. So whenever Sean backed you up, it was only 1 stress to push. But all right
It's
now.
one of my favorite moves. It's one of my favorite abilities.
All right, nice. So I will mark 2 stress to help myself. There's maneuver. The position is. Are we still in desperate position?
Actually, can I put you on pause for 1 second?
Sure.
Misha, you wanna get the shot off here? Let's see.
Yeah,
Let's
sure.
see how that is.
So desperate.
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna change my answer here. I'm gonna say that everyone's position is risky, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because desperate is you're gonna get hit by like half a ton of nasty from the air. But as a matter of fact, Silver's preferred attack mode is pick someone up and then drop them on their friends from like a mile up. But I think what happened is Sean, in particular, knowing that Sean and Jen, no matter how their roll goes, they're definitely going to be riding with this thing, and they're distracting Silver. I feel like that's because Sean got a crit. I'm going to treat it as a setup action, so I'm going to say that your position is risky.
Okay.
No
So this shot may actually, depending on how good the shot goes, Jay, it may land you back in desperate, but it's probably going to be risky. We'll see.
All right, so then I will push myself to give myself an extra die because.
Nice.
That extra die did it.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think you just basically like put a shot right through that person, and then maybe even a couple more key shots as like Jay and the unit is coming in. You've got some cover fire, so you'll see like an undead leaping, and then it'll just like there's like a spatter as like a bullet goes right through it. And you see that green ephemeral like black shot trail.
Nice.
Ectoplasmic flame.
I love the image of
Yeah.
you switching between regular ammo and
Yeah.
shot as you're like, Also, Misha, because you have sharpshooter, when you push, you can suppress the enemy. So as part of this, not only can you kill the guy, but you can be suppressing the undead that are around, thus aiding.
So Jay, I'm going to tell you some good news and some bad news. The good news is if Misha is using her sharpshooter ability, which she does for free when she pushes, I think that you're actually in controlled position because like she's helping thin out the ranks a little bit for you.
Nice.
But here's the bad news. I'm going to roll for the rookies. I'm going to roll a d6 for the rookies, and you may take stress because I feel like this is a group action. Because if you're rolling maneuver, they have to roll maneuver too, and you're leading them in, right? Like that's how this works.
Right.
All right,
I agree.
do it.
This isn't bad news, Josh.
It is, but it's 50-50 chance of a stress. It's just how it goes sometimes.
I'm just thinking positive.
All right,
Power
all
of
right,
positives
all
thinking
right.
here.
I'm gonna drop that D6 in as soon as I see Jay's roll.
Okay, gotcha. So we're there it is. Position, effective standard.
Yep.
And
You make it all the way there.
1 die for stress. Oof.
Cool.
All right, let's see if the rookies help or hurt. Oh, they bring it home.
Go, rookie!
Yeah. So Jay, there's like a moment when you're about to get overwhelmed. Who's the leader of this squad? Jay, you should tell me.
Yeah,
where
Marshall's
from?
the leader of this squad.
Yeah.
Oh, that is right. I am the marshal, aren't
You'll
I?
be the marshal after this. Don't worry about it too much. Just tell me, oh, it's some like badass. All right, yeah, that's fine. You know, just tell me. Give me like an idea.
I think it is a badass. All right.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, I think.
So maybe it's can it be a gal that is trying real hard to get promoted to heavy, but she's not even a soldier yet. She's just a rookie, right?
Absolutely, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So the Contessa like holds the line, and she has got like a really weird combat style where she fights shield and pistol. Actually, she's got like a marine boarding pistol from like the 1800s style, where it's got like the blade and like the one shotgun cartridge on the bottom.
Yeah.
And she's just like hammering down things and like providing cover fire, and it's like a fine Ori revolver. That's her like family piece that she's brought along. So it's actually got like 6 shots, and she actually like pumps out the whole clip and like is reloading. So yeah, I think there's probably a moment where you're leading the charge, right? And like you engage first, and then for a second it looks like you're going to be overwhelmed, and for a second you feel them like pulling at your shield, because these undead are way stronger than you're used to, right? Like which broken did you fight against on the line in Enmark Fields?
Ooh, I have to decide that.
I just pick one, it's fine. Do you remember any of them? Like Blighter, Render, Breaker. Yeah, you can fight against these. Okay, awesome. So let me ask you a different question. Who was the person under your command that you watched these monstrosities pull apart on Atmark that this gives you flashbacks to?
I think it was a Panyar.
Okay.
What's a Panyar name?
Color, adjective, and then a deed name is usually like a natural formation of some sort. So something like gold striking iron, or like something like that.
Okay. I like red.
Mm-hmm.
Red shouting something.
Red shouting blaze.
I like it.
Fiery. All right. So yeah, red shouting blaze died badly. It's your favorite person under your command.
Glory, as it were?
For a second, you think to yourself, "Oh shit, this is gonna happen to me." And then of course the lions are there, and they got you back. They anchored you, Jay. No harm done.
Yeah.
Cool. So you have the cart. This cart, you have it under control, right? Like you've got your backs to it. You've killed like a bunch of these troops. I'm just gonna like delete a couple to indicate that they're wounded. Is that cool?
Yep.
That's cool.
All right. So I'm just gonna kill this person. They're gone. And I'm just gonna put a couple here just to indicate that they're still around, but they're less in number. Does that sound good?
That's perfect.
All right, cool. Now we shift back to Sean and Jen. Show me that valiant charge.
All right, Jen, does Blue Shifting Wind lead this, or would you like me to? Shara Garosi definitely wants to show up her brother, and will be happy to lead it if you'd like.
Oh, please do. Please lead this.
Yes. She is not lead from the front, but that's okay, because we don't want bigger numbers. We're good with small. We want to just use this reliquary to lure it. So she's going to lead right into this woman with the big old lightning arm. She hopes, again, doesn't expect that this will turn into an attack, but definitely hopes to crash into her and knock her stuff. Also, she's in the middle, and that's the next formation we need to get to. We've already got people on the back, so we need to clear the middle. So yeah, let's see how that goes. So we'll both roll. I will take stress. That's fine.
This is going to be a maneuver.
Yeah, it's maneuver. What's our position effect?
Risky, and I'm just gonna say standard effect. Standard meaning that this thing is gonna charge and scatter their line and give you a better moment there.
Nice. All right.
Now, of course, 4 to 5s means that part of that charge clips you. Like, everyone's going to go flying. This thing, when it lands, is not small, so...
I thought I had 2
Yeah.
maneuver, but I only have 1, so I'm going to push myself. It's fine. It's fine. We're all good. And yeah, Jen, let's both roll.
Do you want me to push myself?
No, it's cool. I think 4 dice is, we have good chances here.
I'm gonna push myself.
Push yourself. As I just rolled a 3.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sounds like I'm worth all the stress.
Oh,
no!
It's bad.
Oh, bad
all
days.
around.
The worst days.
All right, well, I take 4 stress from that. 2 from pushing and 2 from the
Yikes.
group action.
Sorry.
It's sometimes you yeah.
All right, so I think that there is going to be a cool moment here. Let me just grab a little bit of. Let me see if I have an art piece here that's going to work. There you are, big guy. Drag it to roll 20 here.
Just putting us right in the middle of them.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
What the heck?
Oh.
Hello.
Just hang on. I gotta resize it just a little. It's not
Why-
quite that big.
Why did I let you convince me that we
Oh
should
yeah, great plans.
into
No
the-
problems. No
I mean,
problems.
it definitely worked. The plan definitely worked.
Oh
It
yeah,
chased us.
totally worked. Yeah. So I think you folks are riding, right? This thing is trailing behind you, and then there's this moment as this thing is coming in, and you're convinced. Like for a second, you're just like, we're gonna run right through their line. It's gonna knock over an entire cart, smash half of them, and then you're like, no, it's not. It seems to understand the air better than you folks. Like you're not gonna make it, right? Like it's gonna crash into you before you actually engage the enemy line. And then 2 things happen. One of them's kind of cool. One of them's super not cool. The kind of cool thing that happens is you see a small bird flying your direction. It's like for a split second, you're just like, is that a? And then it just like it's past you, right? Like it's just a tiny owl, just flapping right through the rain like that direction. You barely register it until it suddenly grows in size as it like hits Silver and then turns into this like massive snake with a rack of horns, and the 2 of them crash to the ground rolling, like attempting to murder each other as the horned one engages, right? Like the horned one's like, surprise, I've been watching this. So I'm gonna put some clocks down for Silver and the horned one. I'm gonna roll some dice, and the horned one might get mauled horribly. That'll be fine. But on the other hand, you folks are like, okay, that worked out. That wasn't so. And that's when the hex from the Shadow Witch catches both of you. And as you folks look over, remember I mentioned there was this like woman with like clothes that look like they've been cut apart over the course of like weeks of traveling in the rain and the mud. Well, as like she periodically like twitches, and as she does, there's like, it's almost like there's a shadow inside her, and like as her body like displaces, it takes a second to catch up. And you actually recognize that there is a Legion uniform on this one, and it's clearly, what do we call him, Jay? Red,
Oh no! Red Shouting Blaze.
Red Shouting Blaze, yes, absolutely. It's 100% Red Shouting Blaze. And Red Shouting Blaze just sort of like lifts up hands, looks at all of you, says, I'm so sorry. And then the shadow creature inside like gestures forward, and a hex lands on both of you, and your bodies go rigid and stiff as the undead advance. Okay, that happens.
Love it.
I was waiting for a
cool.
nope.
But... Well, I want to consider a nope. Do things like reliquaries work against a hex?
Yes, that is absolutely it. This is corruption and dark magic. So you're gonna actually be taking like the harm is gonna be from like undead attacking you, but you're gonna be taking corruption as the hex takes hold. Reliquaries absolutely add a die, but you have to mark the reliquary, right?
Yeah.
And is this a fine reliquary?
Yes.
Then it's 2 dice.
I have 2 of them, Sean. So you can have one and I can have one. And then I'm
Nice.
out.
Well, this is what they're for, right?
Right.
I'm gonna set up some clocks here real quick. You keep rolling. Let's see some of those resists so that you can keep twitching through the pain.
Yeah. So I think one of us should be able to resist, or Josh, is this something we should each resist independently?
No, yeah, you both need to resist separately because you did a group action. The benefit of group action is extra dice. The problem with group action is consequences to everybody.
Yeah.
So both of you are hit with the hex. Both of you have to resist separately.
Cool.
That's just how the mechanics work.
Yeah, no, that sounds good.
I mean, whoever wrote this game was super mean. Clearly, I'm going to blame John now.
So yes, Chiara will absolutely take that reliquary from you.
Okay.
The shifting wind. Thank you very much. It's a resolve resist, right? That's to break a hex.
It has to be, yeah. All magic and corruption is always a resolve resist.
Damn.
That is
This
correct.
bad for me.
But you'll get bonus dice. That's the advantage of the reliquary, right?
Yeah. All right,
Okay.
we get 2 bonus dice. All right.
Nice.
That's great because it actually cleared a stress for me.
Nice.
And I think what's so clearing is like, I heard Red shouting Blaze there, and I'm like, oh, there's something left. Maybe our friend is there. Maybe there's a chance. And maybe we can get them back, or at least give them a good death. Yeah, I crit that resist roll. Thanks to the thanks to the amazing reliquary there.
I am now out of bits of
Date.
old person.
You now no longer have dead person bits on your person.
Josh, does that give us the chance to get away before the undead are upon us, since we broke the hex, since we both resisted the hex?
Yeah. I think you're in a desperate position, right? Because like I think the undead at this point are surrounding you, but they haven't like leapt on you and started chewing on your arms, right? Like you're not in a good spot. You're in a desperate position, surrounded by undead, but you're not like half chewed on before you have to fight your way from underneath a pile of undead with a shadow witch casting hexes on you. But we're gonna leave you in that. Like there's a moment where you're just like, yes, I'm fighting through it. You're like, we can get away. And then we see, of course, like the circling of the undead as they're about to get you. And then we switch back to the cart. So Jay, what's the plan here?
Search through the cart. Is there Blackshot in here?
Yeah, absolutely. As a matter of fact, like you strip like a portion of the tarp down. Someone dead gets like murdered by one of your lions, you know, and just like, lions hold, and yeah, you just drag the cart right out, and you realize that it's tough because like in order to move it with any efficiency, like it's heavy, right? Like it's a big box. It's packed with hay, and like I said, it's like wrapped in a little bit of a tarp. It's not small. It's not incredibly heavy, but it is incredibly bulky, and you know that the Blackshot is usually inside like little vials. So like you don't want to like shake it, right? So you're probably going to have to sacrifice a minimum of 2 people to hold each end to like truck it somewhere, right? Like it's not the kind of thing that like one person can just sling over his shoulder and be like, let's roll. But it is definitely something that you yourself can like pull out. It's not so heavy that one person can't do it. It's just that you're not going to be able to like carry it on your shoulders for like 6 miles to the river or whatever. So
Gotcha.
That's
I
one of 3.
Yeah. We grab one out and send them off. So and then so there's 3 in the cart, or only 1?
There's 1 in this cart. There's 1 in each of the other carts.
Oh, okay. All right. Done deal. We gotta move on to the next cart.
Don't worry,
like,
bro. I got you. I got them distracted for you.
All right. So Jay, are you like?
I know teamwork. We're doing it.
Charging the next one. All right. Before we do that, let me see how the fight between Silver and the Horned One goes.
Nice.
So I'm gonna roll their threat as appropriate for their die pools. However, Silver has scale and potency. So Silver's gonna be doing way more damage, and the Horned One is going to be doing a little bit less. But the Horned One is threat 4 here. So let me just, I'm gonna roll some dice. I think I'm just gonna manually do this. Hey, that's the Horned One. Horned One is supposed to do 3 segments. So I will mark that here. Now Silver does return fire. Hey, so normally it would be 2. But scale matches the Horned One, and it does an extra 1 for potency, so it's going to do 3 back. So it looks like a bloody
right.
fight between the two of them. You would expect that a chosen should just be able to handle something like this, but Silver is definitely holding their own, right? Like Silver is juiced with lightning and so funny. Jay's comment was BRBRQ. I was like, rage quit? No, I know it's not. Real quick, right? But
I'm
yeah.
assuming it's real quick.
Yeah, I was like, rage quit?
Yeah.
So yeah,
I somehow read it wrong. It's on barbecue, and I was like, what?
yeah, I can see it. Barbecue.
Yeah,
yes.
BRBRQ.
So yeah, the two of them are going at each other, and Silver is definitely holding their own. Like you would expect the Hornman to be doing much better, but yeah, Silver's definitely like ripping into him. There's weird corrupted blood and also like chosen blood like all over the ground. The two of them are rolling around like it's a ferocious fight. So yeah, Misha, I would like you. I'm just gonna give you this power. You just tell me like, hey, can I provide some cover fire here? Or like, hey, can I shoot things? Because you're a little bit displaced, right? And you're not currently under any direct threat. So I don't think that you're in big trouble yet. So like, you can sort of support either group. But I'm gonna shift between the groups, and you just jump in when you're ready, okay?
Yeah, I'm pretty much supporting the group that is currently collecting the stuff because they are the ones completing the actual mission. So
I see. Nice.
Thanks, Misha.
look, yeah, like sorry that.
It's true. It's true. All right. Well, they're as soon as Jay gets back, we'll have them rush in to engage. But meanwhile, Sean and Jen, you are in deep trouble. Like you're surrounded by undead, and there's a Shadow Witch there. Used to be a member of your legion. What are you two doing? What's the plan here?
Yeah, Jen, Shara definitely looks to Blue, and it's like she's looking at you like, well, we've made it halfway here. It didn't work the way we wanted to. Do we keep charging in and try and break through to get to the shadow, our fallen comrade, or do we bail? I kind of feel like it's maneuver either way, like break through or to get out. But I'm open, and she's kind of looking at you like, what?
I mean, I think that we should not dig this hole deeper for ourselves. Yeah. Sorry. I mean, I know that the other one is a Panyar, but Blue Shifting Wind is not. I'm used to being in the shadows. I'm used to observing. I mean, I've definitely seen like combat up close and personal before, but usually I've not also seen the Chosen One in maybe an unfair fight to their disadvantage.
Yeah.
So like, I think we should extricate ourselves from this situation we find ourselves in.
Cool. Do you have an idea how to do that? Are you gonna like fight your way out? Did you bring a flare gun? Do you like shoot a flare into the middle of the undead and use the cover of the smoke that's belching out to like jet, or like what's the?
I do not have a flare gun. I brought
Oh, no.
that shot.
Damn! I was hoping for you to smoke bomb.
Yeah, right.
Well, I have
It's a classic scout
Alchemist
move.
Kit. Yeah.
Oh, you have an Alchemist Kit. Yeah, what
I
you
have
got
an
in
Alchemist
there?
Kit. I mean, the normal things it includes are Owlside Oil, lets us see in the dark, Chem Bomb makes us neutralizes poison, Deep, which lets us hold our breath, and Rage Venom, which gives us potency in a scene. Of those
But it makes you unable to distinguish friend from foe. Sean is forgetting the side effects of most of these. Go on. No problem.
Yes. The other ones don't have it, but this one does say, yes, you must make a resolve resist to avoid attacking friend and foe indiscriminately. Addictive. So I don't think any of those things are specifically going to be useful in distracting them. I also have rig and could make something, but this is like we could do a flashback to rigging something together.
Yeah.
That's a thing in the game. Maybe we
Strash,
flash back to a little smoke bomb.
do I have a sight line to the woman who just texted us?
I mean, sort of. Not really. There's a lot of undead between you, but you could easily make a desperate maneuver roll where you like jump onto the leg of one of the undead, jump off a shoulder, and like get up in the air and get some sort of arrow thing going. Like it's plausible for you to get there, but you don't right this second, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the configuration of this unit, by the way, is traditionally it's like 1 Shadow Witch and somewhere between 12 and 18 burned. And so like the undead are programmed to defend and interpose their bodies. And your last roll didn't go great.
No, it didn't. I have another question. Remind me what Scrounge does.
So Scrounge is an ability that scouts have. You get 1 point per rating in Scrounge, and it does one of two things. One, you can find, like, you can produce an item that you could have plausibly found in the area. So, like, if you're like, did we pass a couple of huts or something, and could I have found some rope there? I would just be like, yeah, okay, no problem. It's like almost impossible to scrounge up like random chemicals or something like that, because that's not the sort of thing that you can find in an area. The other thing that Scrounge can do is it can find a place for your unit to hide. So like it's not useful in the middle of a battlefield, but if you're like 3 days into a mission and you need like a good campsite to like overlook the enemy, like a cave or something, like that's sort of a thing that you can do. And what ability do you have?
Infiltrator.
What does Infiltrator do?
Not applicable here at all.
Oh, okay.
When you gather info through clandestine observation or attempt to bypass traps and security measures, gain potency.
I see.
All right, I'm going to propose a flashback to rigging up a toxic gas bomb that we can drop, and you and I can be covered in chem bomb so that we are not affected by it, and we can make our way through these.
One problem, Sean. These people are not living.
Okay.
So like a gas cloud isn't going to affect them too much.
Will it affect their ability to see?
Oh, you're not looking for toxins. You're looking for for smoke. You're looking for cover.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sure. I think that's slightly implausible. So I'm going to say that's a 2 stress flashback. But I think you can make a tinker roll, and we'll go from there.
Sounds good.
It's like a flashback to a setup.
It's like a flashback to a setup, yeah. Because
Which is fine.
I mean, like I know there's gonna be points where we have to grab stuff and run. So
yeah, be a ninja. Yeah, it's great.
Let's smoke bomb this thing. Which is my character? I keep seeing both graph. I made us the same.
It's the top one. It's the top one.
Same rank because I was like, well, we're siblings, but now it's.
Your Chiara. Murillo is the icon is different.
All right.
Which is funny because I saw your rank and I'm like, I'll be one higher.
Oh, nice.
It sounds like nope.
Nope.
What was it? Oh, you think you're getting ahead of me, brother?
All right, so I'm gonna make a rig roll. Is it a fortune roll or is it a?
No, it's a setup. Actually, you know what? Let's. If it's a setup, then it deals with consequences. You know what? Forget it, Sean. You don't have to roll. Do you have Tinker at all?
I have 2 dots in rig.
A rig. Yeah, sorry.
Yes. It's all good.
I've been playing very different games for a bit. No, yeah, that's fine. Thank you, Rig. You know what? I'm not even gonna make you roll. Clearly, you have the skill. You took the special power. You're gonna flashback to it. I don't think that there's any danger here. It's not like the smoke bomb is gonna blow up in your hands or something. So, if you were like, could I have made it explosive? Then I'm like, yes, please roll. Let's see how volatile this is because you're making it out of compounds that are unstable and it's not supposed to be working this way. You have medical alchemy, not. But yeah, if you're just like, I want to support smoke bomb, if it goes off early, you just have a little smoke in your hands. It's fine.
Yeah.
So I think you just do it. I think you pay 2 stress and now you've got you just throw something to the ground and there's billowing smoke. Are we trying to get out now?
Chiara still wants to go in. She wants to take out the leader. But
damn.
She's looking to blue. Like I have the bomb. I'm like, we got cover. You like working in cover. This is your element.
It's true. Yeah, let's go after her, whatever.
Awesome.
Fuck it.
I also have 2 dots in discipline. I also have 2 dots in discipline, which is the skill for intimidating foes. And I'm not in a position to do that with her now. But if we get her out of this cover, if we grab her, and the thing I was trying to ask a little bit ago, but I kind of lost track of it. I think we're still on our horses. Is that that was the idea? Is we're going to ride in on our horses with a reliquary to go faster than Silver, or at least to keep up?
Yeah, I think you're on your horses, but you're surrounded. So
Excellent.
Driving the horses is a little bit tough at this point. So I think even with the smoke, this is still a little risky, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. But we're going to try and do another maneuver to get in there and grab her.
Sure.
Does that sound
Yeah,
right, Jen? Are
you
you good with
you
that?
leading, Sean?
I
What's the
mean,
plan here?
grab her or kill her.
Sounds like we should grab her. You get to make that choice because I'm pretty sure you have the black shot arrows. So.
I do, in
Yeah,
fact.
exactly.
Yeah.
I think I could. Yeah, let's get to her, and then you can make that call.
Listen, I have 2 stress open.
I have 1.
Belly of the beast. I'm gonna go after her. You know
Nice.
that, right?
I'm here for it.
Okay.
Jen's like, I'm rolling straight, and then I'm gonna do the push when I have to like land the shot. Yep. That's my plan. We're doing it.
I can't push because I'd trauma out, but I can look to the sniper and say, "Would you mind giving me support, or giving one of us support?" If you could give us any cover fire.
I suppose.
Okay, then Misha, feel free to mark a stress, and yeah, I think this is exactly how snipers work, right? Like, occasionally it looks like something's gonna grab you, and then it just explodes.
Because that's what we do.
Jen, I only have 1 dot maneuver, so why don't you take the assist since
Okay.
you're going to be the one getting there? I will lead the action again. This might trauma me out, but that leaves you with possible stress to push for.
Okay.
All right. What's our position effect, Josh?
Risky standard.
Cool.
I think it was desperate a second ago, but then you paid 2 stress to try and make it risky, which is fine.
Nice.
Hey!
Nice. That is what we're talking about.
Jen, bring it
Oh, and I rolled a
back.
6-2. Holy
I got a
crap.
crit.
You
I
got
got
a
a crit,
crit.
Sean.
I'm just saying, no stress, and we critted the hell out of that. Yeah, we did.
Awesome. So yeah, so there's like a woof woof, and then like you throw the thing, it explodes. There's smoke, and they're expecting you to retreat. So they actually like displace incorrectly, and like you hammer into them, like sort of charging forward. And for a second, it looks like they just have numbers. So it's like 15-1, right? Like
Right.
so, like even though there's only 5 left in front of you, it looks like they're gonna make enough of a shield wall that it's not gonna work. And then of course the sniper shot rings out for Misha, and yeah, I think you've got a clear shot here, right? Like, what's the plan here, Jen? You bringing it home? You can make that
shooting her with a black arrow.
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's do it.
I would like to inadvertently assist.
That's fine.
Inadvertently.
Yeah.
Inadvertently assist.
Well, because my plan was to use discipline and be like, red shifting wind, and like try and bring back our
Yeah.
friend, which I think is going to distract her.
Oh,
I think it's
okay.
going to like make her look at me for a moment.
She does
and you
more
can
than
drop an arrow.
try to look at you, Sean. You're like red shifting wind, and you see like the Shadow Witch just like gestures up, and there's like the booming in the sky, and it looks for a second like you're about to get exploded for all your troubles when Jen gets
Yep.
roll some dice.
Yeah.
Okay, so
All right. That was my
that was
last
your
stress.
that was your
so here we go.
assist. This is gonna be a shoot. Risky standard? Question
Mhm.
mark? Yep.
Yeah, bring it in.
So I'm also gonna push myself, which sucks up the last of my stress.
Yeah.
But it gives me 2 bonus die. And I got a 5.
Cool. You're using black shot, so that's potent. Yeah, I think you just drive arrows through this. So I'm gonna say horrible things. I'm so sorry, friends. The good news is, you kill the Shadow Witch. There's like an arrow goes right through her. You see like the broadhead that's made of black shot dissipate. Ethereal green flame. You see that shadow beast inside this person like scream and vanish. But not before she manages hammering your friend with some lightning.
Yeah. that makes
Yeah,
sense.
Sean, this is where I tell you, you take level 3 harm and 3 corruption.
Okay. Let's see. Well, I would like to
Oh yeah, sure.
resist that.
Oh, bad. You have no stress. Just roll 6s.
and-
That's
I
fine.
just need to roll 6s. Well, if I resist this and I trauma out, it's still better
Exactly.
than taking all of it.
Yeah.
I would be out either way, but I'd rather be out from trauma than be out
Yeah.
from harm at this
Legit.
point. So it's win-win. But yeah, I think the way I'm going to I mean, it's a resolve resist. It's this lightning corruption, right? Like that's the thing
Sure.
I'm trying to fight off. And I think it's that I'm still trying to call out to her. I'm like, no, red shifting wind, I see you. And I'm sitting in the rain. I'm trying
John,
to fight it off. And I'm not
How much do you know about
flinching.
Shadow Witches? Oh yeah, that's amazing.
Nothing.
I'm just gonna say this on stream because like your character doesn't know. You're like, perhaps there's some hope. But the way they're made is that Breaker actually takes out a piece of her own shadow and like implants it in them. This undead definitely has like so much grip. This is a classic like baby zombies are people argument. Where you're just like, I will reach out and perhaps some piece of you. No,
Well,
the
you
light
said
will
in the
come down.
beginning.
No mercy.
She
Was that
said in the
baby
beginning
zombies are people or maybe zombies are people?
They're not. So whatever they were once, it's not there anymore.
I mean,
How about you? I heard baby zombies too.
Oh, baby!
Baby
I'm so
zombie.
sorry. I heard maybe twice. Yeah, no. Maybe.
BRB
You've seen
baby.
this, right? Like where people are
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
perhaps, there's some element of the person still
Maybe
inside.
we
and
can cure
Right.
them.
we can cure them. Yeah, no.
We can cure them.
But yeah, Sean. So, but yeah, you're super adamant about this as this comes down. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, and tell me if I'm remembering this wrong, but I think at the beginning you said that red shifting blaze said, "Oh, I'm so sorry about this," and the shadow snapped into
No.
place.
But
Right.
it's like they're a puppet. So like the person's still there. It's just the shadow inside is definitely
It's all
the
good.
person that's pulling the strings here. They don't care what they say. As a matter of fact, if they're sad, maybe the shadow's happy. We don't actually know.
Yeah.
But yeah. So go ahead. Yeah, you're calling out, right? Like, and you see like tears streaming down their eyes because I love twisting knives in people's feels.
Oh.
But yeah,
Yep, here we
shapoom,
go.
the arrow goes through, and yeah, Sean, you want to give me that resist roll?
Ah, so close.
So
All right,
close.
I resist because you always do.
Yeah, you
but
do.
I'm
But
trying,
about that trauma, yeah, I
yeah.
think there's just everything turns to daylight for a split second as that light bolt comes down, and I think it's just like, yeah, you and your horse get like thrown apart, and there's like a scorch mark on the ground where the lightning hit, and it like spreads out in that pattern like you see from lightning bolt strikes. There is a fulgurite made in the dirt and sand. Yeah, but yeah, Sean, if it's cool, I think you just fall over. Like the wound is not as bad as it might seem. You
Mhm.
probably actually have like the what do they call them? There's a very specific pattern of scars that appears on people
Yeah,
that have been
yeah.
hit by lightning.
Mhm.
Van de Graaff.
Is it?
Is it Van de Graaff? No.
No, Van de Graaff is a generator. I think it starts with an L. It's not. Liechtenstein is a small country.
Yeah.
As we all look at Lichtenberg
Lichtenberg.
figures, that's what they're called. Yeah, so you're definitely gonna have that on your body, but yeah, you're alive and it's not quite that bad. You're just it's like 2 levels of harm, but it just knocked the wind and the sense out of you, if that's cool.
Absolutely, I love it.
Feel free to detail a rookie from the Shattered Lions to play.
Exactly. I just there's more characters in this.
Yeah, this is where I might have to. So let's switch over for a second. Misha, you've been providing cover fire there, but like you see Jay's unit closing the gap rapidly. Jay, what are you rolling to lead the troops in and secure the second cart? By the way, when the Shadow Witch falls, when Jan lands that shot, the eyes of all of the undead have been like rotating, forming formations, isolating people, covering the Shadow Witch and doing stuff like that. There is nothing other than very like uncoordinated animalistic rage left in them, because the way undead power structures work, you have to have like controller units amongst their groups, and yeah, you definitely see the shift, right? Like, so like Jay, even as you're engaging, they do have strength, they're still a threat, but there is none of that like coordinated, calculated viciousness. At this point, they're just looking around for whoever looks tasty and like charging, right? Like, you definitely have the edge here.
Could I have set this cart on fire?
The one back there?
And
Sure.
we use it to ride into the next cart with?
The problem is that currently nothing's hooked up to the cart, but if you want to tell your unit to like shove it forward to like provide kind of like a battering ram that you can like kind of come up behind,
Right.
sure. What kind of action do you think that is?
I think that's maneuver. I'm trying to use
maneuver
that to
again?
kind of to kind of create a hole.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. Let's do it. I will roll again for the rookies. You'll roll for yourself.
Hold on. I will roll for the rookies because I'm going to be playing.
Thank you, Sean. Now I don't have to. That makes me so happy.
Tiano Rodano.
Nice.
We already made her. She has dreams of being heavy.
Nice. I love it.
And yeah, let's see. Dig it. Okay. Yeah, and she's got 2 dots in maneuver. So I'm happy to roll for the rookies. I burned up 1 character. I'm going on to the next. I gotta pick a
That's how we one shot, Sean.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Let's see. Okay. Something.
And I will lead once again from the front.
Wonderful.
Woohoo! Yeah.
All right.
Get that scale.
What's the position effect to do this?
You know what? This is gonna be the last roll. Like I think we're gonna say that this is still like in the last moments before the lightning strikes and everything else, because Jay's been on pause for a hot second here. So I think it's still risky.
Okay. Yeah.
Risky standard. But I might actually reduce the level of effect against you. So even though there are still a ton of undead about, I feel like the cart and the cover and stuff like that is probably going to make wounds less. So you're only going to take like 1 harm.
Okay. I will push myself again.
Nice.
And
are you pushing for cool. I'm going to push as well.
And here we go. Yes.
Nice. Let's see if I can turn that into a crit. With your
yes.
Awesome. Yes.
Oh.
Together we crit because of lead from the front.
That's correct.
Nice. I love it.
So the lead from the front ability for those of you that are following along. Let me just draw some fire here. Wow, fire. The lead from the front ability allows you to combine 6s into a crit in like skirmishes and close engagements for multiple people. So yeah, this is a crit. I think between the battering ram that you've turned this cart into, that couple of the lions are pushing there with their shoulder, and just the fact that the undead are rapidly losing their like sentience and tactical advantage, I think that you not only succeed at nobody taking harm, but like you actually crush a number of their number, a few of their number. You crush a bunch of them like under the cart, and you're taking out a bunch of them along the sides. Like your effect is much greater than it should be, right? Like there's like a couple of shots from some of the rookies. There's like stabbings and stuff like that. And yeah, I think you folks like take out like something like 10 undead, which is more than your unit's worth. Definitely decimating their numbers.
Do I know about Red Shouting Blaze being here and this whole? I mean, did I see him?
I don't know. Do you want to? You tell me, Jay. Do you want to?
Your sis.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, yeah, then absolutely.
Your sister was yelling
I
their
think,
name super loud.
I think you're yeah. Yeah, your medic was screaming their name at the top of their lungs. Yeah, and then you saw the lightning bolt come down. So yeah, absolutely,
so
Jay.
I think I'm driving the lions, and I think I'm pushing them hard and pushing this fiery wagon. I'm trying to get. I think I'm screaming his name too, right? I think I'm yelling out Red Shouting Blaze. Maybe I don't know he's fallen already, right? But okay. I'm trying to get in there.
No. You're thinking that you're riding to the. Oh, hang on, I almost moved the sniper. I think you think that you're riding to the rescue, but it turns out that you're just gonna see where things have ended there. All right, so I have good news and bad news. I'm just gonna say that you definitely secured the second cart as well. You get that Blackshot cart out, and you've got this like wall of 2 blazing carts behind you that you've kind of got under control. I'm gonna deal with Jen here for just a second.
Yep.
Jen, you've got an unconscious medic, and there's still a bunch of undead that are looking very hungry. I'm gonna ask you what you're doing. You still have your horse. Your horse is fine. Misha, again, you've got overview. You can shoot at these things. You can assist. You can do whatever you want. But I'm gonna roll again to see how the situation is going with Silver and the Horned One. Now, there's bad news here, which is that all of the undead in the front have decided that particular fight is where they're going to join in. So Silver's going to get a bunch of support and troops. Now, usually that's not a big deal because like a dozen pesky low-tier low threat undead are not gonna defeat a chosen normally, but at this point they're like collabing, right? Like we've got some stuff going on here. So let me do this. 5. They're gonna add an extra factor of scale, so 2 normally for standard effect, 1 for potency, 1 for scale. Hornwood's not looking so great. Oh, Hornwood lands a 6 again. Nice. So yeah, Silver's not looking so great either. So the fight could go either way, but right now Silver's a little bit more in the lead. I think that just the horn one shifts to bear and like attacks a couple of things, and then like Silver grabs the horn one and sort of like tosses it up and then like pins it with those massive wings. So yeah, that fight is going on still there. The horn one is starting to look more and more haggard and kind of like knifed up and bleeding. I think all of the folks are combined except for the sniper who's in the trees. What's the plan here, officer? Actually, let me ask a different question. Misha,
Yeah.
are you still focusing on supporting your troops and finishing the mission, or are you just like, my chosen might die? Like, what's the
I'm like, oh shit. And I think I'm gonna fire a shot at the big bat wing thing critter.
All right, so let's talk this through. I know you have aim, so we're going to talk about that in a second. So this thing is threat 3, and you're the equivalent of threat 2 because you're a specialist with a fine rifle, which means that you're going to be doing limited effect by default.
Okay.
But it also has scale because it's really, really big, and your bullets don't do a whole lot against it because it's got a ton of body mass.
Okay.
So you're going to start at 0 effect. What's your plan here? I think you can totally do this. You can spend aim to increase your effect. You can push yourself for effect. You can do a lot of stuff. But you start at 0 effect.
Does Blackshot raise that up to limited, or is that
that's
with
gonna be my
Blackshot?
question.
Let's have that conversation. I don't actually have an answer here. That's canonically in the book. So technically, these are not undead. They're corrupted animals. So technically, Blackshot might not work. But let's have this conversation. Do we think it's an undead monstrosity? Yay, nay.
It's a mythological creature. As far as I can tell, it looks like it's been brought back from the dead. So, my character probably thinks it's undead, even if it
Okay.
isn't.
But what do folks as players think? This is a player vote. Jen, Jay, Sean, bring it in here.
Is it corrupted?
It is
Absolutely, no question.
Yeah, it's undead.
Okay,
Yeah, I think it's undead too. If she
All
can
right.
control it, it's undead.
all right,
Yeah, I like that.
all right. I think that's fine. In our game, Devourers are now affected by Blackshot. However that works, why ever that works, is it because the broken are undead? We don't know. But for whatever reason, Blackshot is going to grant you potency, so you're at limited effect here, Misha.
Alright. Where did that button go?
Are you going to do anything else to change that? You gonna spend
Yeah,
aim
so
or
I am
push?
gonna push to make it a little more.
Standard. Put 2 segments on there. Okay. Or are you pushing for dice?
I think I'm pushing for effect.
Okay. All right. So that puts it at 2 segments. And are you spending any aim?
I am gonna spend aim.
How many do you have?
I have 1 aim.
All right. So that'll get it pretty hurt. It's not gonna kill it, but it's gonna get it pretty hurt. So the horn one may be able to finish this fight in 1 more roll. We'll see. All right. Yeah,
Bring
that's
it home,
6.
sniper.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Absolutely. Cool.
Oh,
All right, I'll roll for the final iteration here in a second. Let's
Yeah.
shift back to the carts. Jen, what are you doing with the medic? You see this like flaming cart coming in, and you see like the rest of the troops like pushing behind it, and they're coming towards you. Your medic is on the ground. Now they're not in the most immediate of dangers, right? Because like lightning struck, and that threw back even the undead. But you see their horse falling over. What's your plan? Are you like grabbing this person and running? Are you grabbing this person and going to rejoin the troops? Are you just like making a final stand and holding here? What's the plan?
Yeah, I think that I am going to try to scoop up the medic onto my horse.
Okay.
and get out of danger, right? Get away from the undead and out of the path of the flaming cart.
All right, so I'm going to say that this is controlled. And the reason I'm going to say this is controlled is because I think your horse gives you the edge. If you were on foot, this is definitely risky. You're probably going to get chomped on a little bit or something. But I feel like we're testing to see, like, we're going to roll maneuver at controlled. And then if you fail, it's just going to go to risky because you're going to get surrounded or your path's going to get cut off. But I think your horse gives you the edge. Like, you're going to be able to outrun them. Even though these undead are fast, they're not, like, super humanly fast.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks for not leaving me to die.
Of course not.
I mean, that was Josh didn't mention it, but that was also an option.
Oh yeah, it absolutely is. But this is why I asked some
enough.
basic questions, like, are you gonna leave your medic behind?
I got a 5.
Okay, so you can do it with a minor consequence, and I'm gonna tell you what the consequence is, and you can either resist it or you can like just say like, no, I'm gonna roll again at risky and see how it goes. I think the consequence is that your horse is not going to make it. Like it's going to get hurt. It's not going to like fall over immediately, but it's going to take some sort of wound where like you scoop up the medic, it's going to get you out of danger, but you're going to lose this horse in a matter of minutes. Like you're going to make it out. It's not going to last.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll have to do that. I can't resist without traumaing out. So, I mean, I could roll a 6, but I don't want to do that.
You could get a 6.
I know.
It just depends.
Or we could both collapse on the outside, right? Like if you resisted, then you
actually, I kind of like that.
You would be through. You would succeed, and then you would basically be more. You know, I don't know if safety is the right word, but you'd be out of the pack.
Yeah.
Out of the way.
All right, that is narratively satisfying. So I will resist that. This is a prowess resist.
All right, let's do it.
There are going to be so many I told you so.
Yep, I trauma out.
There we go.
Cool. So I'm just gonna delete these 2 people off the field for the moment. I think that you make it to the forest line, and I think that like somewhere your horse is bleeding, you're traumatized out. You've got the medic's gonna recover. Both of you'll be fine here in the next scene, but perhaps Jen, you too would like to make a rookie to finish this mission out.
Yep.
So
good job.
Hey, guess what? Specialists can take 2 trauma before they go out.
That's true. You're not done for the campaign. You're just done for this mission for the moment. So yeah, you folks find some cool carts, and Jay, I think that you've got like your 2 crates of black shot. You've got the undead kind of like they're leaping at you, but your troops are holding them off. What's the plan? Right. Are you gonna try and like lead the charge out and finish the mission, or are you just like, F it, we're gonna lead the charge in and save the horned one? Like, what's the...
Murillo is here because he lost the card game.
You're a gambler? I love it.
Yeah. So I think, yeah. That's right. It's time to walk away.
We're going to you to the gates of death. I'm ready.
We will finish the mission, and we're getting out of here. We're done. It's
okay. Amazing.
No when to walk away, no when to run.
All right, cool. So you give the order, and let me make the final roll here. Let me see if the horned one is able to get away on their own. Maybe.
If there's a red shouting blaze body, I'm taking it.
There absolutely is, and you can totally take it. Although how the Legion's going to feel about you bringing corrupted bodies into camp, we'll see. So yeah, so we'll deal with this here in a second. But the horned one is not in good shape. They rolled a complete failure on 4 dice. I think they take out Silver, and they go to leave. Right, so like they're trying to shapeshift into some sort of like flight form. But like they're just too wounded. They're not gonna make it all the way, right? Like they shake off everything that they've got on them, and they like leap to the skies, and they like fly maybe 100 yards, and they're just gonna fall over. So Jay, let's see what this retreat looks like. I don't know if one of your rookies is gonna break ranks to save your
right.
your chosen, or if the sniper that's in the tree is just gonna be like, oh, why do I have to do everything, or like. Or maybe your chosen gets left behind, and we're like, your chosen doesn't make it back to camp. Oh, how does that feel? So, let's take a look here.
Yeah. So, Jay, you're consumed with getting red shouting blaze, picking up the body.
Yep.
Jen, do you know who you're playing? You know what rookie you're playing?
Yes, I am playing Neen Katu.
Oh,
Nice.
okay. A Barton.
Barton. Yes, and I'm just trying to decide about my special ability.
Because I'm pretty sure our officer doesn't care about the chosen, or isn't going to get the chosen, and I am. Oh no, we just lost connection. What happened? Hold on a second.
What?
Sorry, y'all. My connection to my server dropped because I've been on it all day.
I think
Yeah, I
we're still on.
Yeah, it looks
We
like we're still
are,
on.
but I bet our video.
Oh.
Our
Yep.
Oh.
in the meeting. Okay. All right. We're in the wrong spots, but we're back. Let's see if we're getting audio. I think we're getting audio. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. Breaker, check out the feed. Yes, you're right. Breaker,
That is exactly how it goes sometimes.
Are folks hearing us? Let us know if our audio is coming through.
Audio equals yes.
All right,
Audio equals
excellent.
yes. Cool. We're back up. Sorry that our heads are in the wrong spots, but otherwise.
I'm now Sean.
Yes. I'll try to be Misha. I don't know.
Did you pick Quartermaster Misha? Are you now
did
really
not.
Sean?
Damn it.
All right. Yeah, let's do this final charge out here. Jay, you give the order and you know, Sean, it's your job to structure the lions, right? Like, are you the corporal? So you're gonna be.
Yeah, I'm for it. Hold on, let me get back in there.
Or are you just like Jen's character? You're in charge right now. Hang on, I gotta make a hard left.
I gotta make a hard left.
Yeah, I'll roll my 1 dot in Marshall to try and get everybody out of here. If that's what. Yeah, exactly. Jen's now the GM. That's the spot you're in.
Just like, what?
Yeah, no, I think
Jen would run this fine, to be real with you.
Oh, totally. I think Contessa, Contessa Tiana Rodano will totally marshal the troops, and I think she would even say to her officer, like, if you need to recover the horn one, I can lead the lions, and she'll offer to take them for you, so that you can go, attend to our chosen. Or if you want to send someone else to do it, you're in charge. She's clearly deferential, unlike your little sister.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, and as long as the Contessa is, because to me the most important thing is to get this black shot back, and for me to get back, I will assist. I will take the stress and assist, long as Contessa is doing what I ask.
She's on it. I think then instead of Marshall, I'm going to do a maneuver. If you're assisting, I'm just going to maneuver with the. Is that cool, Josh?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
Awesome. What's the position effect? Get out of here. Take our horses and ride this black shot free.
If you're taking the black shot by yourself and you have the horses, controlled standard.
Yeah. I mean, by myself, I'm assuming the rest of the squad. I'm assuming
Yes. You can roll for that, and then
right. I'm rolling for them because I'm the CO. So
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We can just do a
I was
little
gonna say I
roll.
have a dot and a maneuver if you want to do a group thing.
Yeah. I mean, if it's just us doing it.
Yep.
Cool.
So technically, Sean's leading. Jen's rolling for the squad as Jen, or as Jen's character. Sorry, it's I didn't memorize your name right away. Sorry, I got used to the other
It's
names.
fine. This is Band of Blades. Like, you don't really want to commit them to memory right
Yeah.
away.
Oh, I
Not
do.
very long.
I do.
Just
I
hurt.
love all my named hit points.
You said controlled standard. You said, Josh.
Yeah, control
Get out
standard.
here? Okay.
If you roll poorly, you might end up in risky, so we might make a second roll, which is fine.
Yeah. Oh, I rolled poorly. Jen, can you get it?
I'm gonna push
Jen,
myself
pull out.
and get 2 dice instead of 1.
Nice. I took one.
Go,
stress.
Ricky, go! Bring it home! Yeah!
Fives.
All right.
So you do it with a minor consequence. No problem. You get all the black shot out. You're all fine. Sean, since you're in charge of the squad, which rookie dies?
It's let's see, let's grab a rookie, let's grab a name list.
I mean, you can resist this.
I'm going to, but I first want to name them.
Oh, absolutely.
We're gonna name this hit point. This is a this is
Read the hit point.
Like Misha could also resist this from a distance if you want. It's up to you.
Yeah, it's
I think
good.
Misha Stress might not want to resist this from a distance.
This is Kole Lialovich. I'm just gonna put in Kole for just a moment so I can do it quickly.
Got a Zimyati rookie.
Kole,
Nice.
Yeah, rounding
Probably
this out.
tough.
Yeah, probably tough. And I'm totally gonna resist this. How does Kole, how would have Kole been taken out?
I think that there's probably like a moment where like some packs are catching up to you and Cole's just like, finish the mission, and like gets ready to like jump off and hold off everybody so that you folks are totally safe and secure, but like, he's gonna hold the end.
Yeah, he's gonna hold the end, and then he finds out that he's got Contessa Tiana Rodano standing by his side with her 2 dots in skirmish. I'm gonna prowess resist this. I'm just gonna
All right, do it.
I'm diving in there with a rifle.
I believe in you.
And,
Don't trauma.
I probably won't trauma.
Probably.
Yeah,
Okay, I took 2 stress. I didn't trauma, but it was kind of close. All right.
You save his life. It's super stressful. The two of you hold the line and get out safe. It's good times.
Nice.
All right. The squad and the black shot is gone without any further things chasing you or hunting you. I think you're going to be able to ford the river without too much trouble. I think if the medic recovers, there's enough rig to rig some sort of solution across the river. But back on the grounds, obviously, Silver is badly mauled, right? Like there's giant bites through it. It's like trying to drag itself, and then it like falls over. Weird kind of toxic fumes come out of its body, but like 50 to 100 yards down the road, the horned one has collapsed as well. The only people left still on the battlefield are dozens of these burned, who are like the standard line troop, who are kind of feral and sort of like scrambling forward, some on all fours, some just like running kind of rage zombie style. And Jay and Misha, you're the last people here, right? Like Misha, you're still in a tree.
Once the lion started running, she started climbing back down to.
Awesome, yeah. So you're on the ground. You're like repositioning, like I guess you're dodging through the pine trees and stuff. Jay, you're the only person still left in the ground, I believe.
Yes.
What's the plan here, you two?
I'm planning on mounting on my horse and charging in to grab my horn and run the fuck out.
Oh, so you're gonna attempt to grab the horned one. Is that what I'm hearing from you, Misha?
That was my plan.
Okay, cool. So Jay, do you like join forces? Does like Misha just see like your horse right up there, and maybe we do like a group action, or are you like covering, or like what's the plan here between the two of you?
I will help. I'm group enough. I will help.
Okay, awesome. So this sounds like a group maneuver. Is this correct?
Sure.
I'm asking. I don't actually get to declare actions for you folks.
Yeah, I mean, I can't think of what it would be other than
Skirmish is another acceptable solution here, because like you just fight your way through.
I don't have skirmish.
That's never stopped a group action before.
This is true.
So,
this is very, very, very true.
group maneuver sounds fine. I do remember that Jay's actually decent at this. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Who's leading?
I will lead from the front.
Officer.
Excellent. Sounds good. So the two of you are going now. This is where I tell you some bad news. The bad news is that because of the scale of the enemy, I think that you start at limited effect. So you could go to like risky standard by like just trying to barrel your way out and take whatever harm comes your way, which is fine, I think. But like then you're sharpened for that 6. But yeah, the it's controlled limited, I think, starting position and effect.
I'm tough. I'll take it.
Okay. So you're voting for risky, Misha. Is that what I'm hearing?
I'm voting for risky.
Jay, you cool with that? Risky standard?
Yeah, risky standard.
All right. Let's throw some dice and see how it goes.
Now, leading from the front, will I improve scale?
Yeah, I think so. I think it gives you just enough punch, right? Like you're basically like cutting through enemies and sort of like opening up the hole that like Misha is like scooping down and riding with this person because she can't fight as much or like shoot sniper rifles off of a horse while carrying a person.
All right, cool enough.
I do have a pistol, which I am firing as if I need to.
I mean, this is the definition of. Oh, I love it. Thank you, Sean, for making all the red X's. I appreciate it. You're done. All right.
I left a couple. You know,
thank you. No, for sure. Let's see it.
I'm sorry, it's risky standard?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, there it is. I'm down to 1 stress, so I can't push myself.
That's all right. Throw them bones. Maybe I'll take some wounds. It'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
Yeah.
Not if you roll like that, you won't. Look at you anchoring it.
Yep. Got it.
Yes.
Let's see a 6 from Misha. We see a 6 from Misha. That's a crit.
You've met me, right? Yeah.
Sure.
Hey,
Okay,
no stress,
that's fine.
though.
That's fine. It's no stress. Awesome. So I think that there's this like heroic rescue, and you've got now the Horned One is a powerful chosen, but remember the what a chosen is like the power of a god fused with like a person. And the Horned One is like it's a young lady with like a rack of antlers that comes out of her forehead. But yeah, they're badly wounded and kind of like mauled. Even in like you can see that these kinds of wounds probably would have killed like a normal human. But even though they will recover, they're pretty badly harmed. So let's just flash forward a little bit to you folks arriving back at camp. I think the lions are going to make it there first, just because they were ahead and they were sprinting for top speed. But yeah, like when the lions make it there, is there any pep talk? Do they say anything? I mean, the troops are like cheering when they see the black shot coming in, right? Because like that means that you're gonna survive, right? Like you've got the weapons against the undead. They're coming in. They're gonna bolster your supplies. But like looking back, they're seeing that the specialists aren't here. And they're seeing that like the Horned One isn't here.
I was gonna say it's not time to celebrate yet. I'm like, not yet.
Yeah. The
Nice.
quartermaster is just like, good job, put it over there.
Awesome. So mind you, this is a pretty significant ride. We're talking about like tens of miles. In you know like it's dawn as Misha, you and Jay are coming back. Which one of you is carrying the Horned One here?
Not it.
Yeah, I'd probably have
awesome.
it like have her slung over like in front of me on the horse.
Awesome. So what's the plan? Like the Horned One probably has this like spooktastic tent that they use. It's got like red-eyed ravens and stuff all over it, and like it's like always next to some like trees, no matter where you came out. But yeah, like do you just like quietly say nothing and just like ride to the tent and put them there? Do you try to hide their condition so that troop morale doesn't go down when they see that their chosen is chopped up?
I think like, as we're getting close, I like try to wake her up so that she's like, hey, can roused a little so she can like sit up, and so it at least like looks like she's conscious as opposed to flopping around.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, that happens, Misha. So like again though, like she's pretty quiet. Like the do you just like go straight to the tent, or like what's the plan here?
Yeah, I'd probably take her to her tent because
cool. So yeah, I think you take him in, right? Like I'm sure there'll be like either a medic called or maybe you try to administer medicine yourself. I don't know how well that's gonna go, but I think before we jump into back at camp scenes and talk about some of that stuff, I think the horned one just sort of like looks at you like quietly for just like a moment or two, and if you like move to leave, to just reach out and grab your hand and like pull you in close and just like touch your forehead with like 3 fingers, and you gain a panyar mark. What is it? What's your cool new animal trait?
I think my eyes change to more cat-like. Yeah.
Very cool. I like the idea that her fingers sort of cover your face for a moment, so we can't see your eyes, and when they
And then when they pull
comes
away, it's definitely pupil structure and everything. All right, cool.
Yeah.
I think we can cut there. Are we can we take a break or something?
Yeah.
I would love to make a little more tea, and I believe we should all get ready for back at camp scenes and stuff, right?
That sounds fantastic. All right, everybody. We should do XP.
Yes, end of mission XP. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm out of practice. I'm not used to the
No, it's all good.
regimented
It's all
routine
good.
yet.
Been a while.
It's all good. This is pretty fast. All right, Jen, you want to do it for Blue Shifting Wind?
Sure. Yes.
As a point of note, if you played 2 characters, you just choose which one you want to apply XP to.
Yeah.
So if you're just like, my medic is doomed, I'm going to put them on the shelf for a mission, and instead I'm going to play this rookie that I'm going to put all my XP into, that's totally fine. Although I don't know, time-wise, we're probably not going to, we're not going to fit a second mission in, but we'll see.
What was the highest threat of opponent faced?
3.
3. Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, so for Blue Shifting Wind, I survived the mission. I helped my squad through... I don't think I did through stealth or foresight.
I mean, you certainly snuck your medic out of the fray there, and you had the. I think you had foresight. You had the exact reliquary we needed.
Yeah,
I was about to
that's
say
fair.
that was going to be
Alright,
my
cool.
suggestion for foresight.
Yeah. All right. Cool. I brought into play heritage or trauma. I definitely was loaded for normal and being fast and quiet because I'm a Panyar. So
That is correct.
okay, yes.
Yeah, and you get 2 because you can get one for both getting heritage and trauma, and getting a trauma counts as.
Oh, nice. Okay.
That is correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a lot of XP.
Nice.
That's what happens when a mission goes sideways. You
Yeah,
get a lot
so
of XP.
I think that's 6. Is that right? 3, 4, 5, 6.
I think so. Yeah.
I think so, yeah. Yeah. So you can drop it into special abilities, or you can get a new dot in something.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. Let's see. Jay, I've got Graf Morello up next.
All right, cool. I don't remember if I made any desperate actions. I don't think I did.
I don't think we did. Yeah.
But I survived the mission.
I want to say that you did one. I think your first engage against the when you ran at that cart was, but I don't recall.
No,
off the top
because
of my
the
head.
sniper shifted it with the.
That's
cover
right.
Fire.
You had it handled.
I'm
Right,
looking
right.
through. I don't see any in the rolls.
Right.
Certainly felt
Yeah, I don't think-
desperate, but
Yeah, it did. But no, I don't think it was desperate. I survived the mission. I don't think I helped through enforcing discipline. Maybe strategic planning?
totally strategic planning.
Strategic planning. Yeah.
Yeah, you got us all coordinated and had us piece by piece get the bits.
I didn't trauma. I don't know if I used my heritage. I know I talked about how I got here through gambling.
Mhm.
Sure.
I also think the fact that you're noble was something that like I kept challenging. I kept challenging your authority and your.
The easiest thing is if you did one of your heritage things, like if you rolled a heritage trait or whatever, you just get the XP. There's no discussion there. So like, I don't know. Did you bring in any of either of the mechanics?
No, I didn't use either of these.
That's fair.
I meant to ask about campaign action earlier, but Yeah, I didn't use either of these. Okay. And then free for the highest opponent faced?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right.
That feels like 5.
Yeah.
Nice. Alika?
I survived.
Nice.
I helped my squad through key shots.
Yep.
So
for
much.
sure.
I don't think I brought in to play my heritage. So 5.
And
I have to remember how that works again.
you click on the little dials next to the either the attributes or the special abilities. And then let's do Chiara. She survived barely. Helped my squad through medical knowledge or emotional comfort. I think I helped through medical knowledge. Sort of medical knowledge. It's a little distant, but I think I helped through academic knowledge at least of how to lure a silver out.
Well, you also used alchemicals to make that the smoke bomb.
Yes. If I brought into play my heritage or trauma, my heritage was connected and my trauma was stern discipline. I did not roll discipline, but I certainly tried it. That was exactly my attempt was to shout down blue shooting. Right. Narratively speaking, I did it, even though the dice didn't table. And now I have the trauma of haunted by the one lost.
Nice.
So,
I picked unstable for mine.
Nice. I love it. Clearly what this tells me is I need to do more research. So I'm putting all 6 of those XP into insight and I'm raising a dot of research right now. Because if I had just known more, I would have been better prepared.
There you go.
Funny.
I love it. Okay. Should we go on break for a bit and then come back for campaigns?
Yeah,
Sounds like a
sounds
plan.
good.
All right.
We can also reposition ourselves, make sure we're in the right slots.
I fixed it. I did it. I just swapped them around. Yep.
All right,
All right,
cool.
everybody. We'll see you back in 5.